Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It was a quiet Thursday morning when the familiar theme tune of ITV's This Morning played through living rooms across the UK. The show, known for its warmth and cheer, had a different air that day. Holly Reynolds, one of its rising stars, sat on the soft pastel sofa across from host Alison Hammond, her hands folded in her lap, a nervous tremble in her smile. The cameras rolled. The country watched. Holly had become a household name in recent years. With her infectious laugh, boundless energy, and fashion segments that made viewers feel like they were chatting with a best friend, she had brightened screens since her debut. But today, that familiar sparkle in her eyes was dimmed. "It's hard," she began softly, her voice cracking slightly. "Talking about it, it brings everything back." Allison gently reached for her hand. "Take your time, love." Holly nodded, swallowing back the lump in her throat. Most people see the girl on TV, always smiling, always upbeat, but there's another side, one I don't often show. The screen behind them faded into a photograph. It was a candid shot, Holly with a young boy, no older than 7, both laughing as they ran through a garden drenched in golden afternoon light. His name was Jamie, her little brother. "He was everything to me," Holly continued, voice stronger now. "He wasn't just my brother. He was my best friend, my shadow. He had this magic about him. He could make anyone smile. He had this way of looking at the world, like everything was beautiful." The tragedy struck 3 years ago. Jamie, full of energy and dreams, had been diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder, one that left the doctors shaking their heads. It was untreatable, terminal. Watching someone you love fade, Holly's eyes welled up. It breaks something in you. She spoke of nights spent sleeping on hospital chairs, of the soft beeping of machines that haunted her dreams long after Jamie was gone. She talked about her parents, their silence echoing louder than any scream, and of the final day when Jamie, weak and weary, whispered, "It's okay, Holly. You don't have to be sad forever." "That's the line that kept me going," she smiled through the tears. "Even when I didn't want to get out of bed, even when I was hosting live TV and felt like I was falling apart inside, I kept hearing his voice." Allison wiped her own eyes. The studio was silent, save for the faint hum of the lights above. "But I also realized something. We don't talk about grief enough, especially in media. We're always chasing the next fun segment, the next viral moment. But grief, it lingers. It changes you, and it deserves space." Her words resonated. Viewers across the country took to social media, sharing their own stories of loss. Messages flooded in, thousands of them, praising her honesty, her courage. For many, Holly had become more than a presenter. She was a mirror, reflecting the quiet pain so many carried in silence. Later that evening, away from the cameras and bright lights, Holly sat by her window, the curtain slightly drawn. The sky was painted in pink and violet hues, the same colors Jamie used to say reminded him of candy floss and dreams. A small photo sat on her desk, Jamie grinning with a tooth missing, arms wide open, as if ready to hug the whole world. "Today was for you," she whispered. And somewhere in that stillness, in that golden hush of dusk, it felt like the world paused, like a whisper carried on the wind. You don't have to be sad forever. Epilogue. In the weeks that followed, This Morning launched a special series called The Grief Diaries, spearheaded by Holly. It featured stories from ordinary people, siblings, parents, children, each navigating their own journey through loss. It became one of the show's most beloved segments. Viewers described it as healing, raw, and beautifully human. For Holly, it was more than a series. It was a legacy, a promise kept to a little boy who once danced in the garden, chasing butterflies and believing in magic. Because grief, as Holly came to learn, isn't just about sorrow, it's about love. And love, in its truest form, never dies. It just changes shape, sometimes into tears, sometimes into laughter, and sometimes into the courage to tell your story so others can find light through their own curtains.